You might hear the acronym KYC when speaking with your business development and sales colleagues, especially during demand or sales planning. Well, what is KYC and why is it important? KYC stands for Know Your Customer. In the sales world, it refers to the process of gathering information and insights about your potential customers before you engage with them. The goal is to understand their business reality. For example, what is their day-to-day like? What problems do they face? What are their goals and wants when it comes to doing their work and running their business? When you can understand your potential customers this way, you'll be able to create sales strategies that speak to their unique needs. For example, based on what you know about your potential customer, you might run your campaign with a specific value proposition, focused on one particular benefit over the other. You might use specific terminology or imagery in your outreach messages and brochures, which will better capture the attention of your audience. You might even make decisions on what communication strategies you'll use and how you present yourself. Imagine you are introducing the same SAP solution to an IT director, a finance manager, and a CEO. Would you tell each of them exactly the same thing in the same way? Probably not. When your business development strategy features messaging that resonates with your prospects, you have a better chance of capturing their attention and a better chance of starting new business engagements with them. So what can you do to get to know your customer? Well, we can break down the various activities you can do into two categories. First, you can start to learn about the industry or line of business that your customers work in. Second, you can map each industry to what we call buyer personas. Let's dive deeper into these topics right now. It's clear that the needs and realities of one industry can be very different than the needs and realities of another. So if you're going to create a unique business development campaign for a specific industry, it makes sense for you to educate yourself on their realities, things like current trends, challenges, pain points, and opportunities. So, how can you get started? Begin by identifying target industries that are most likely to benefit from your solutions. Consider industries with complex operation needs, regulatory requirements, a focus on digital transformation, and the industries your partner organization may already have a footprint in. Common industries to target may include manufacturing, professional services, life sciences, and retail, but may be even more specific and include sub-industries based on your organization's strategic focus. Once you've outlined your target industries, dive deep into each to understand current trends, challenges, pain points, opportunities, and the common buyer personas which map to industry-specific solutions. Here are some ways you can gain deeper insight. A great way to start is on the SAP website, as well as the SAP Partner Portal. There are web pages dedicated to each of the industries and lines of business that SAP supports. Next, look for industry reports, market analyses, and news articles that shed light on technological advancements, regulatory changes, competitive landscapes, and emerging market demands. Join industry-specific groups, forums, and communities on social media. Participate in discussions, ask questions, and observe the conversations to understand industry pain points, emerging trends, and challenges faced by professionals in that industry in real time. Attend events, conferences, trade shows, and webinars related to your target industries. These events provide valuable networking opportunities, industry insights from keynote speakers and panel discussions, and a chance to interact with potential prospects and decision-makers. Subscribe to industry publications, magazines, newsletters, blogs, and podcasts. Subscriptions to relevant industry publications can help you to stay updated on the latest news, trends, research reports, and thought leadership articles. This not only helps you to stay informed about market dynamics, competitive landscape, and industry best practices, but it may also provide very helpful messaging content, which we will also explore in later parts of this course. Follow influential thought leaders, analysts, and experts on social media platforms. Their insights, analyses, and commentary can provide valuable perspectives on industry trends, technological advancements, and market predictions, helping you shape your sales strategy accordingly. Monitor competitors and industry benchmarks. Keep an eye on your competitors within each target industry. Analyze their offerings, strategies, customer testimonials, and case studies to identify areas where you can offer unique value and differentiate yourself effectively. Look to SAP to help with market insights. You will learn more about this later on in this learning journey. Finally, leverage your existing organization. Collaborate with your sales, marketing, customer success, pre-sales, consultant, and industry teams to leverage internal knowledge, expertise, success stories, messaging, networks, and suggestions. Your own organization should not be overlooked as an abundant source of information. Now, the goal is not to become an industry expert. Rather, it's to have enough of an understanding so that you can create outreach messages that resonate with your audience. It's also so that you'll be prepared to have business-relevant conversations on the fly should the opportunity arise. Once you have a grasp of your target industries, it is essential for BDRs to map each industry to relevant buyer personas related to the solutions their organization provides. Let's first discuss what buyer personas are and why they are important. A buyer persona is a detailed representation of your ideal customer based on market research and real data, encompassing factors like job roles, responsibilities, pain points, goals, and preferred communication channels. Why are they important? Because understanding a buyer persona will enable you to tailor your messages, sales strategies, and solutions more effectively. Buyer personas provide insights into the specific needs, challenges, and priorities of different customer segments within an industry. This information helps you craft messages and solutions that are highly relevant and personalized, increasing the chances of engaging prospects effectively. With a deep understanding of buyer personas, you can develop customized value propositions that showcase how your organization's solutions address each persona's pain points and deliver tangible benefits. This tailored approach resonates more with prospects and enhances the perceived value of the offerings. Tailoring sales strategies and messages based on buyer personas leads to improved engagement with prospects. By speaking directly to their concerns and priorities, you can capture the attention of decision makers and influencers, initiating meaningful conversations and driving sales opportunities. Finally, mapping your buyer persona to relevant industry priorities enables you to adopt a strategic sales approach. You can prioritize leads based on persona alignment, focus on high-potential prospects, and tailor sales pitches and demonstrations to address each persona's specific needs and objectives. So, how do you build a buyer persona? We can break the process down into 4 steps. First, research buyer personas. Second, create persona profiles. Third, align solutions to persona needs. And fourth, refine and iterate. Let's start with the first step. The research you conducted on the industries you are targeting should have provided a head start on key buyer personas. To go further, gather insights and do deeper research into the relevant job roles, responsibilities, pain points, goals, preferred communication channels, and decision-making criteria. Remember to leverage both SAP and your own organization in your research. Step 2. Build the persona profile. First, answer questions about your buyer's professional experiences. In what industry or line of business do they work? What is their role at the company? What are their daily tasks and responsibilities? What is the challenge this buyer persona need to solve? What keeps them up at night? How is it done today, and why isn't that ideal? What negative consequences are there to keeping things as they are? What KPIs do they have? How about their team? Next, map the characteristics of each buyer type into a document that organizes their traits. This is your buyer persona profile, and it can include information about the industry your buyer persona serves, their roles and responsibilities, their priorities, their challenges and pain points, and finally, their desired results and aspirations. One thing, based on the answers you provide from the questions mentioned earlier, it will become obvious whether a single persona describes all your buyers or if you need to create multiple personas with unique needs and goals. For example, if your target market is narrow and focused, one persona might be enough. But if your buyers work in different roles, industries, geographies, and so on, it will make more sense to have different persona records for each of these buyer types. The third step is to align the solutions to persona needs. Once buyer personas are defined, align your organization's solutions with each persona's needs and pain points. Develop tailored messaging, use cases, and value propositions that demonstrate how your solutions address specific challenges and deliver value to the respective personas. We will spend more time discussing how to do this in a lesson later on creating strong messaging frameworks. Finally, refine and iterate. Continuously refine and iterate your buyer personas based on feedback, interactions, and data insights. Regularly update persona profiles to ensure they accurately reflect the evolving needs and priorities of your target customers and their respective industries. There are some additional documents and links in the resources section of this lesson to help you. Be sure to check them out. So that's KYC, or knowing your customer. By understanding the realities of the industries, lines of business, and the personas you are targeting, you can create unique and personalized business development campaigns. As a result, you'll improve your effectiveness at prospecting, you'll drive meaningful engagements, and you'll position your organization's solutions as valuable assets tailored to the unique requirements of your customer.